Hello, this is Vance, and this is Thursday, January the 5th, 2017, and these are the CL trades for today using the slow hand method for price action. Well, I already did this once, but unfortunately, my microphone was accidentally turned down, and so I had about 15 minutes of video with no sound, and I wasn't going to do it again, so I might as well just kind of redo the whole thing over again and try to talk about it. So this is going to be a lot faster. I've already spent some time doing this. This was the overnight. I mean, let me talk a little bit about the overnight and the structure of the day. Through here, and I didn't mark this out, but through here I looked at having support right in this area, and this is from overnight. Okay. Here's your overnight support. Price tends down here, pulls up to this area. And so I arrowed this in. Price moves up, and then we have this pull back to this area. And I was looking at if this is support, revisit that we're going to have a measured move up to this area. Now, let's take a look at how this really transpired. When we had the overnight, we had this overnight run up, and I don't know what accounts for that. Maybe it was because of the API report yesterday indicate that there was going to be a build in petroleum, and that might be what influenced this run up in price. Anyway, this move started happening right when Asia opened up, Asia market opened up, pulled up, pulls back, kind of bounces around, and moves up higher. So if you look at it from the perspective of this is the first move up, price moves sideways, it's overlap. I wasn't here for this, otherwise I might have looked at trade, but you can see that there's really a capitulation. Moves higher, second entry short right here, right on this one. First entry fails, second entry. Price pulls back down to here, but it gets to this resistance and it can't go any further. Price gets down to this level, and then first entry pulls back, second entry. This is a second entry long right here. And based on that, I mean, you got room to get out to the tops right here. We had this move up to here. You're looking for another measured move, perhaps somewhere in this neighborhood. And to be close to the, we had this pull down here at 9. So price pulls back, second entry long. I think it was worth taking. Problem is that it goes into a sideways mode. It took almost, this took almost over half an hour, 38 minutes from the entry to this area to finally take out the first target. So you had to have a lot of patience with that. If you would have closed that out, and once it closed, and once it hit this first target, it got a second target, and then a bit of a runner. So this was a good trade. Now, you could have gotten in on this one as well. I don't know if I would have, you have this overlap. It's taking a long time to complete, but, from this high, first entry, second entry. But because of all this overlap, I marked it in green. I mean, it would have worked out. It gets to the other side of the channel, gives you your 15 ticks, pulls back, goes higher. So it would have worked out. But after you've been sitting in a trade for so long, or after you've been watching the market from here to here for almost half an hour, only move within a range of, the range is from a high of 75 to a low of 67. 8 ticks. So 30 minutes, 8 ticks, anything can happen. It can go up higher, it can break lower. So if you're in that trade and you're sitting with it, good, sit with it. And as you can see, that's what worked out. If it doesn't, you're only at break even anyway. So that's why so whether to take this trade or not, that's why I marked this one in green. You could have taken it if you're looking at the fact that it's going to break out above these levels and go higher. The target's a little short, but you do have this move up here. And so you're thinking that maybe it'll be another move up. So let's say this move from here to here pulls back, and then it might go higher. And so what I mean by that, from off this bottom, if this is the bottom, we have a move up to this area, pulls back first time, pulls back the second time. Does it give you your 15 ticks? Probably not. And so if you look at it from, this is your entry point at 71. Well, it gives you 10 ticks. 86 is right here. So 71 to 86. Yeah, that's why I marked it in green. It's kind of aggressive. Price makes its way up here. Can you short here? Well, too close to the news. I would kind of sit on the sidelines. In fact, after, like an hour before the news, 45 minutes, half an hour, see how price is reacting. At this level, this is 10.09. 50 minutes to the news, it's kind of moving sideways. You know, what accounts for that? Has this move already priced in the fact that, you know, there was a large drawdown in the API report? Numbers are released here. Turns out that there was a significant drawdown on oil of 7 million barrels plus, but there was a build in gasoline, much more than last week. And there was a build in distillates by another big number. So that could very well have continued to drive prices down. We see that it gets to this, it trades in this channel back and forth. I mean, this is a channel too, by the way, or area of support and resistance right here. Problem with this one, and this is really the problem with this area right here, is that it's so close to the news. I mean, you don't even get a chance to see this stuff really form, because news comes out here. Just give you an example. This is 11 o'clock when the news comes out. To this area right here is 11:03. This takes 3 minutes to move. This area right over here took 30 minutes. This took 3 minutes. Right to here, this is 11:18. So we do have this pullback. Price is starting to capitulate, but this is a second entry short right off of this doji. It's overshot the channel. It moves its way down, overshoots. It overshot the top, overshoots the bottom. It seems like it's continuing to go, except now price is pulling back. So it pulls back the first time, fails, pulls back the second time, pulls back the third time, and again, arguably pull down a fourth time. Now, if price has gone up here, let's take a look at this. Okay, if price has gone up here, if you look at it from the perspective of right here, price has gone up, pulls back, goes up again, pulls back, goes up again, pulls back, goes up again, and you got a higher high here, a higher high than the previous higher high, a higher high here, lower high, lower high. So at least you got a lower high. So once this is the lower high, dropped in an order right here. And that really kind of takes, takes a while to work out. In other words, from 11:41 to 11:52 is 11 minutes before the first contract comes off. Another opportunity again. It's second entry long, first entry, second entry, but we're at the top of this channel. The only way you would play this one is that you expect that we're going to retest this area here, the previous high of the day, at 53.50. So if you're thinking that's the case, you would get on this trade, and up until then, there really isn't anything else. Moves up to the high of 53.72, and now most recently then pulled back, and this is the trade I wanted to talk about. Price pulls, but this is later in the day. First entry, pulled back. Second, well, actually, when it breaks the trend channel, this is your first entry here. So we break your trend channel, pulls back, first entry. Pulls back here, second entry. Now, the second entry is above this doji, and I was skeptical about that. But when you have this one area like this, pulls back, and this it kind of closes on this high, it's a pretty strong bull bar. And if you look at it from the amount of cushion you have quite a bit underneath this support. Now, you don't know if it's going to continue to go up. You don't know that. It does, comes up for at least the first target anyway, and then your perhaps second target, and then and that's pretty much it. So not a lot of trades. I mean, when you take out the overnight stuff, or take out the DOE report, and let's say you take an hour before and a half hour before, 40 minutes before, and half hour to 40 minutes after, we're talking an hour and a half center of the day, which kind of eliminates a big chunk of your trading. So that's just something to keep in mind. I mean, there was some trades to be had here, and in fact, if you caught them right, you had a runner most of it all day. So you caught this trend. I mean, certainly you could catch this one here on the sell side, but like I said, it's very close to it. This is 10:14, 45 minutes, and you don't know whether prices can continue to go up. So that's kind of that's the message for today. So this is Vance. Hope you find this valuable. You can get a hold of me at slowhandmethod@gmail.com. Send me an email if you have any questions. I'll try to get around to them as quickly as I can. This is Vance. Bye for now.